How's it going, everybody? GodBaer here. Once again, thank you for clicking into one of my videos. We are back on College Football 25. I've been saying NCAA football the last, 13 episodes? It's College Football 25. So used to, obviously, it being NCAA football, but it's college now. Moving on, though, we are 9-1. This episode will be our last two games of the regular season as Lewis is trying to bust off his third or fourth special team return touchdown. Was hoping he was going to do so because everybody appreciates nice, quick scores where your offense doesn't even have to get out on the field, which is where our defense has been absolutely phenomenal. The defensive touchdown says Hernandez gets into the end zone for us quite quickly. Well, efficient drive in this one. Mariani is still doing his thing, coming out, trying to get his hands on the ball, have that be through passes or just through the ball carrier themselves, as this tight end was just absolutely a menace to Mariani, sticking right on him, staying in front of him, blocking him, allowing that running back to get the first down. And Ohio State is a good team, arguably our toughest opponent in terms of overall rating. So we need to come out here and showcase what our team can truly do, as this quarterback is going to pick up the first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Mariani is going to stop the ball carrier. He fumbles the ball. Edmonds picks it up. And now wide receiver pop pass gets to the outside. And that 95 speed isn't quite enough to take it to the house, but it is still a very good gain. Key, one of our low-key good players. I believe he was a 3-star gem, if not a 4-star wide receiver. He will eventually be a part of this team, but as of now, with our seniors and juniors that we have on the team, he just isn't high enough in the depth chart yet to see any real playing time, as the tight end screen is going to work out greatly. The DBs took a terrible pursuit angle, and Group, with his 83 or 84 speed, was able to just cut out right, and they had no real angle to get a tackle, so he got into the end zone. We have a 2-possession lead, sitting relatively pretty, desperately wanting to come out and stop Ohio State here on their offensive drive so we can solidify this victory nice and early, go up 3 possessions, but they're going to go ahead and fight back on us. Number 5 is going to step up and try to do what he's really capable of. You'll see throughout the rest of this game as number 16 gets their first touchdown of the day. Not liking it. Back to a single possession lead. And when you're playing against 90 overall opponents, a singular possession is you never really feel comfortable with that lead, because not only is this football and things can just change drastically very quickly, when you're against a high-powered team like Ohio State, they can not only stop your offensive drive, but then quickly put up points with their own offense. So I'm happy that we finally get back our 14-point lead. Number 5, they're going to dink and dunk us a good bit with that man, and we don't like it, as Rice is going to get in the backfield, say hello to the quarterback. And number 5 again, picking up a first down. We're going to have a little bit of a grudge against this man, as Mariani is going to push number 21 out of bounds. They have 2 minutes left on this first half. Needing, like I said, to come out here, get a defensive stop. Both of our defensive tackles in Jaquez and Cowgill get some block sheds and get the quarterback foot with the interception. And not just the interception, he will take it into the end zone. 89 there is awfully fast, but too far at the initial start of that interception. We are going to chase after the running back on little swing route. They didn't throw it there anyways. 3rd and 4. Rice getting to the quarterback, but he throws it away. They will punt us the ball back. We have just over a minute left in this one. Dolly will recover it. He's got lots of space on this outside. He will attempt to swerve in between, bumps into his own player a little bit. Not sure if that would have allowed us to get past him or not if we didn't bump into him for a touchdown, but we almost threw an interception. Thank God the wide receiver became a defensive back, put his hand up and swatted the ball away, so it was not an interception, to allow us to at least get a field goal since we're at the 12-yard line, which is what we're going to do. We call a timeout, kick the field goal, take our 31-7 ball game. They open up the ball in the second half. 16 coughs the ball up. He does recover it. And they're going to continuously and finally involve some of their other wide receivers, not just number 5 and then 16 who caught the touchdown pass, as that man, number 95, is Pride. Pride is going to replace Rice after this season as our studded defensive end. Dude has 96 strength, 89 speed, absolute monster, and I'm hoping he can play as such, at least in terms of a statistical output. I want to see 10 plus sacks through this man's entire career as him as a starter, as group becoming our focal point on offense in a way. These tight end passes, the drag routes that he has, he's been able to capitalize on them and create some big plays for us. His touchdowns are still on par with when he did in season 1. I believe he had 14 or 12 touchdowns his redshirted freshman year, and he's on track to do the same thing, as we barely missed that field goal. But at this point, it's not a terrible thing. It's a 31-7 ball game. We're up by 24 points. It's not a, it's not gonna end or throw this game away, as Ohio State stalls out once again. Their offense has been borderline non-existent, and we're happy with it. If we can just come out here and get a lot of chances on offense to not only pad stats, but just do our thing, get all of our playmakers the ball, and feed them some opportunities, as number 5 is going to continuously step up. Like I said earlier, he's quite the player as he catches another pass. Dude is a little annoying, to be honest with you. But Foot getting another interception. No real chance to get it into the end zone as he immediately gets tackled. But it is now time to start killing clock and completely remove the capability of Ohio State coming back in this one, as Mariani's going to murder, or attempt to murder, that wide receiver as he catches that pass. Make him earn it, we'll say. And this Ohio State team is just going to hurl up a pass. Edmond is going to get his hands on it. We come back out here on offense. It is Suggs and Richards' time to shine and obliterate the clock. 3 minutes left in this one, where it's going to dwindle down to a minute and a half. Throwing this one short, not going to get the first down, so we will punt it away. They have 30 seconds left in this one. And of course, little dunk passes is where number 5 lives, but it is not going to be enough to do anything in this game, especially come back, as number 50 East gets his hands on a pass just to make this game that much more out of reach. 38-7. Number 1 Ohio State falls to number 4 Washington State. Was not expecting that game to go how it did, as Andre Foote with his 2 defensive interceptions, with one of those being taken back to the house for a touchdown, pull off the victory quite easily, to be honest. I was hoping for a little bit more of a fight, especially from a team that highly ranked and their overall, but we had 3 defensive players with 10 plus sacks, 3 players with sacks, and then of course 3 separate players with 2 interceptions, where Foot with the 2 gets National Defensive Player of the Week. And we have a 5-star running back in Bigsby commit to the team. He ended up decommitting from one of his other teams. We removed him from his board, went back through the prospects, saw that he for some reason had no offers, so we went after him, and within 2-3 weeks of us looking at him, he decided to commit. So that was obviously much appreciated. We have 2 running backs that are going to be ahead of him for however long, but you never know. Maybe his junior, senior year, he progresses really well, and for the final year or 2 that he is on the team, he just has a studded season and performs quite well for us. Maybe we eventually run the ball that much more just to utilize some high overall players. And Lewis, being one of these high overall players, is progressing quite nicely. He has a decent ceiling in terms of these like redacted squares in terms of their attributes, where they can spend points and build themselves up. These interceptions and these kick return touchdowns that he's been getting has been able to aid in his progression. But I do want to quickly talk and ask you guys, is there a way or a setting, because I've looked, to stop the CPU players from allocating their own points that they earn? For example, they always spend it on their cheapest points, which is usually IQ at like 4 points, or power, which is like 5 or 6 points. And it's really annoying, and dependent on their position, I don't really care if their overall is better. I want them to play better. For example, a quarterback, IQ doesn't really help them play any better, because awareness and things like that are, for the most part, on the user playing the quarterback. I want the quarterback to hold on to his points, which is going to be like 10 or more, and be thrown into the accuracy so they can improve, short, medium, and deep, so the ball is placed in better locations, because that is, in a way, out of my control and is more, based on the rating itself. And unfortunately, as of right now, as we get a complete dot right there, Santana, phenomenal job about toe tapping right there, but Cordero getting out of the pocket, throwing on the run, throwing away from his body, and having it be in bounds so it's able to be caught. Foot just absolutely blowing through that gap to tackle the running back for a loss. But yeah, the attribute points, the computer just gets to use freely, and they never hold on to the points. They just use them at their earliest convenience, and it's kind of annoying. And there are points, as we again just throw a complete dot. Cordero just on it against Illinois here, and I am liking it a lot. As we brought up the accuracy aspect, he's throwing some good passes here. But no, I'm gonna finish up what I was saying about the attributes here. They waste them, in my opinion, for certain positions, and use them against areas that don't help them as much, as if there's a setting you can turn off or something where you can collect the attribute points and use them where they're going to make the most impact in terms of the attribute points. But that's all I'm going to say. So if you guys are aware of a setting that I'm just blind to finding, please let me know in the comment section. That way I can save my points, make my players overall play better through the attributes that I want to chase, and not just the CPU as soon as you simulate the season or advance the season, or the week, I should say. Advancing the week is when they typically use the points. And it irks me a little bit to see the points be wasted, and accuracy staying the same on a quarterback type of thing is quite annoying. But we'll move on. We are up 28-3 in this one. 13 will fail to hold onto the ball. They will kick their field goal. So now it's 28-6. Back out here on offense. And this play, we're starting to realize that circle on a very deep crossing route gets open. So we're trying to hold off and wait for an opportunity to throw it to him, but it didn't really pan out that way. We did break a sack to give us a little bit more time, but it did not pan out as Lawrence is going to get some great blocks by Group and the other wide receivers that were there. He flows through the crease and gets in the end zone. 35-6. This game is already out of reach, and we just got into the second half. Their QB does have 200 yards, but he's going to have to try to get some points up on the board through a touchdown, as their tight end, I don't even think he possessed that ball long enough for it to be considered a fumble, but there was no challenge, so we'll take it. It's another offensive drive. His circle was the clear option to throw to, which I didn't. And I do want to state that there's a good bit of times where I will, it's almost like looking through my peripherals, because I'll be like arguably staring down a read as Mariani is going to take away their read and take this one to the end zone. But no, there's a fair share of me thinking that the ref is a defensive player, especially on away games, because all I see is the white. I know it's not nearly close enough in terms of similarities for the jerseys, but all I see is white versus white. And I don't throw it if I see a receiver running towards the ref a fair bit of times, and I need to get over that and remember there's a ref out there, because at this point in time of me playing the game, I almost play offense as if defense has 12 players out there. And obviously that does not help us too much. His Group is going to be given a chance, and he comes down with it, catching it over that DB and holding on to it with a little bit of contact there. This one is getting out of control, 49-6. Oof, our defense is starting to lay some hits as well, just to add some icing on the cake in terms of this victory. Screen pass, which we're not going to be able to get the ball out of our quarterback's hands, at least in an accurate manner. Failing to convert, but we did chew a good bit of clock. Mariani taking a little bit of a bad angle there, but we do get in front of the running back to stop him before he gets into the end zone. After picking up 15 yards, they will continuously hit us with these short little curl routes, but it is not enough to move the chain, so they will stall out, give us the ball, and we are going to, just like last game, obliterate this clock with some run plays, some short passes, and as we always do, allow our playmakers to make plays. Suggs breaking multiple tackles, fighting for every yard he possibly can as he gets dragged over the offensive lineman for another first down. He's getting a little tired. You see he's got 3 of his yellow bars here, but he's still strong enough, man enough to get into the end zone. 56-6. Illinois' biggest play comes with 30 seconds left in the game, and this is not going to be enough as we run into their little curl route, trying to chase that deep crossing route. So illegal contact, they get a free first down. Throwing this one short to 14 where they get another first down. Edmond lights him up a little bit. Last play of the game, and thank God Haynes gets over there and punches that ball down. We were playing cover 2 where Haynes was that far left deep blue, and he was center of the field. He covered a lot of ground to punch that one down, but I would have been a little hurt if we would have allowed a touchdown with the expiring time of the ball game. Cordero, 316 yards, 6 total touchdowns. Suggs, just over 100 yards with a touchdown himself. No receivers over 100 yards. Santana was 2 yards shy, so close enough. 2 players with 10 tackles. Only 3 total tackles if you count the half sacks together. 2 interceptions. Of course, Mariani gets 1. We have a couple commits. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up for me and let me know what you think in the comment section. A couple players that we recruited, and we also get invited to a bowl game against Ohio State. We beat them quite easily in the first matchup, so hopefully this next one will play out the same. But until next time, everybody, GodBaer out.